All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division, talking about Devin the Dream Haney and Terence Crawford's team member. Savage, absolutely savage conversation and breakdown of Devin Haney. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to be talking about Devin the Dream Haney, the undisputed 135-pound champion, and an absolutely blistering critique of Devin Haney that came out of Terence Crawford's camp. In response, and in all fairness, in response to something that was said about them. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so that you can be notified of when we do our videos, which we do every day in the live stream and the video format. And if you're a longtime subscriber, a longtime supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean a lot the way you guys support. Starborn 007, thank you for your continued support. Even though you think that I'm a Terence Crawford hater, you still support the channel, and I appreciate it. But okay, man, this was classic stuff. I'm sorry, some people always want to talk about really strict boxing issues, right? Fights coming up and... this particular one had this particular exchange between a key member of Terence Crawford's camp and Devin Haney's camp, and a key member of Devin Haney's camp was so enlightening and electric that I have to talk about it. Now, if you're not familiar, there is a guy that has a YouTube channel, goes by the name of Bernie the Boxer. Every time I talk about Bernie the Boxer, I always say this. Bernie the Boxer does not like me because, he disagrees with my take on Errol Spence Jr. Fine enough. However, I like to consider myself somebody that really does give people the credit for what they know. And this guy, Bernie the Boxer, really does know boxing very well. Former amateur fighter. I do believe he's a trainer out of B&B Gym. Analyzes boxing. You can listen by the conversations that he's had, that he really has been paying attention and watching boxing and a lot of really great fighters for a long time. So I got nothing but respect for Bernie the Boxer, even if he doesn't like me, because hey man, if I don't ride with your side, and yeah, I can understand that. But he goes into it with Devin Haney's father and manager, promoter, member of the promotional team, Bill Haney, over his critique over Devin Haney. And the critique was, man, I've seen it, could not explain it like he explained it, and I will admit that. But basically what he says about Devin Haney, and this is something that apparently Bill Haney got very upset with, called him a bum, called him all kind of different names, because this is the opinion that Bernie the Boxer has about a professional fighter. Now note, Bernie the Boxer has said things about me. Bernie the Boxer is not, but I have never said anything like that about Bernie, because I know Bernie knows his boxing and it's just a disagreement. But apparently Bill Haney, I've also had experience with Bill Haney. Bill Haney said these things about Bernie, and Bernie ain't the type of guy that is just going to take it laying down. And he gets very specific about his critique on Devin Haney, and pretty much says, look, man, this guy's a very good fighter, but he's nothing special. I don't think now when he's saying nothing special, he says, yes, you're a champion. Yep, you work hard in the gym. You got a lot of skills. You're definitely one of the best fighters, one of the best fighters out there. But when you look at Devin versus looking at fighters like Floyd Mayweather Jr. specifically said, like all this comparison or any comparison to Floyd Mayweather Jr., just need to throw that out of the window. When Floyd Mayweather Jr. was the same age and at 130 pounds, he was doing things in the ring that were special, not just textbook, but special. Now, if there is another guy that does, as soon as he said that, I thought about this other professional trainer who, gosh, man, is skipping my name. If I said it, he deals with the heavyweights, used to do a lot of heavyweight instruction videos. And he would always talk about what separates a really special fighter from a good one is that really good ones will do everything that's in the textbook, right? They get everything is right and his textbook is correct. But then they do these other things that are just outside of the textbook, which are more special type of things. But when he breaks down Devin, he's like, look, Devin doesn't come over. He's like, it took him 7 against Kambosos. It took him like 6 or 7 rounds to start coming over the top of the jab. He said, Devin Haney does not know how to fight on the inside. He's not a big, strong puncher. And then basically says, look, man, there's nothing that Devin Haney has done at 130, as far as you compare them to all of the other top fighters at 135 pounds, he was like, what makes Devin Haney special? And he basically says, I can't see anything. He's like, there's nothing that I see him doing that I do not see in other fighters. He said, yes, he's very, very skilled. He has a very, very good jab, but he says even with the jab, he falls off balance with the jab. He doesn't come on top of the other guy's jab. He doesn't fight on the inside. Just goes through this laundry list of things that Devin Haney doesn't do, right? But at the same time, gives him credit for being one of the top guys at lightweight and says like, but when he goes through specifics, like when you see Lomachenko and Devin Haney, what is it that Devin Haney does that Lomachenko doesn't do, right? And what does Devin Haney have that Tank Davis doesn't have? What does he have that Shakur Stevenson doesn't have, right? And I think he actually was biting his tongue a little bit because when he talked about Vasily Lomachenko and saying, look, man, basically saying there's some things these guys are doing that Devin doesn't do. Now, my take on the situation, I have never really gotten detailed into Devin Haney and his technique and all of that. Because truth be told, I think that is just a little bit, this very, very specific things are just not something that I feel like I'm a super expert at, right? And I think those are things in analysis that are done by trainers that really can key in on those type of things. However, when you talk about the resume and who he fought and how he's gotten where he's gotten, like when Devin says that, look at Gervonta's resume, Gervonta's never fought anybody. I say, okay, well, if Gervonta's not fought anybody, shoot, neither is Devin Haney. If you go through the people that they actually fought, like Devin Haney has fought George Kambosos. He fought Jorge Linares. He fought Jojo Diaz. He fought, who else is he? Those are pretty much the big ones right there. Maybe I'm missing somebody. I don't think I am though. But George Kambosos, Jorge Linares, Jojo Diaz, Yuriorkis Gamboa, right? Those are the 4, I do believe, the 4 most recent fights and probably the biggest fights that he's had, the best competition that he's faced. That's not significantly different, and honestly, in my opinion, is not as good as the fighters that Gervonta Davis has fought in Jose Pedraza, Mario Barrios, and Isaac Cruz and Leo Santa Cruz. Like Leo Santa Cruz is a Hall of Famer. Right? That, like more than likely he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. And he's done that over multiple weight classes. So it was just real interesting, man. I tell y'all, man, for sure, go listen to what he had to say. As far as all like the, calling people out of their name and all that stuff, I'm not into that because, it is what it is. Devin Haney's father is doing what Devin Haney's father's supposed to do. He's promoting. Bernie the Boxer, when he's talking about Terence Crawford and all of that, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's Team Crawford and all that. But I will say this, I have never ever heard Bernie the Boxer, and I listened to Bernie the Boxer. I've never heard Bernie the Boxer break down Errol Spence like that. where he literally sat there for 3 and 4 minutes and talked about the flaws that he has, things that he's not doing, things that other fighters do in certain circumstances, talking about falling off balance and not being able to do anything off of his own right hand because he falls in on the other guy's shoulder. I'd never heard that before out of him talking about Errol Spence Jr. This particular thing, I think he did because he's just being himself and breaking the fight down and telling you what he sees honestly, right? Which you'll see him do very well with a lot of different fighters, right? So anyway, man, definitely go listen to the Bernie the Boxers video. That was very, very intense. It was very, very educational, especially if you're saying like what is going to happen down the line. As far as what it happens at 140 pounds, I said much of the same thing myself. Like, dude, it's not guaranteed that he's going to be running through 140 pounds and 147 pounds when he gets to those weight classes, especially if he's running into guys like Gary Antoine Russell at 140 and running into Jaron Ennis at 147. I mean, yikes is what I say to that. But anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.